if there was a Fed in the mud, how would you make that federation more enjoyable? How do you make a federation enjoyable?
You end it.
Ideally, host 3 weeks and end it. Yep. Sure. What I like to see in a Fed is a Fed that this is the mentality you got to have as a Fed owner, right? You got to have this mentality is that you need to understand people are going to show up to your Fed for what, say 2 hours? 2 hours is a long time. Can you put on a show that's good for 2 hours? You don't ever want to go to a Fed, sit there and do nothing. All right. You watch the show and it's just boring. You know, you're bored out of your mind because it's just a bunch of matches in a row, you know? I think that's how you make your federation more enjoyable. APA, what do you think? What makes a Fed enjoyable?
SCW, like I've already mentioned it, but I truly think it's like the most enjoyable Fed of all time.
Why was it enjoyable?
Like on a weekly basis, they were consisting. A weekly basis, they were producing like multiple, like well thought out and like stories that are comparable to like real stories that are being told in real wrestling. Like there was one where like Mighty was like struggling with drugs or something. And yeah, I know. But this is like,
we're not suggesting people to do that, by the way, because that's a very heavy topic. But
yeah, but like this was SCW is, you know, like set in the 70s and stuff like that. So he was like a corrupt Fed owner, like on cocaine and some stuff like that, and like ended up like getting shot or something like that. And it was like the most entertaining part of the show for weeks. And like I was so.
Didn't they have a court case? Like, didn't they have a court case and like someone got run over and everything? Like, I remember that shit.
And people like laughed at it and and there was like, you gotta stop doing this shit. To that I say, fuck no, bro. You need the people to be doing. When's the next time you're gonna be able to see that shit in Raw Wrestling? You know, it's like if you're doing a week to week, I understand complaining, but like, you know, fucking someone getting run over by a limo, some crazy shit like that. You don't get to see that anywhere else. That's entertainment. That's what you want to do, because Raw Wrestling, a federation, it's a very complicated thing. You can never explain what a Raw Wrestling show the same way as a pro wrestling show, because Raw Wrestling is different pro wrestling because you can't just script the entire thing. In order to make it enjoyable, you gotta have those segments, you know, like APA just said.
I would like to give an example of a Fed that had enjoyable segments. This is for all my OGs, VPW. I know some people don't like VPW, but VPW had some of the craziest segment ideas ever. And they were always entertaining. Instead of copying like APW segments one by one and WWE, like they tried their best to model their segments off of like real life ideas, like just like Mighty did, but like not too deep, like not too deep. I'm trying to remember one segment in particular. I'm not sure, but you could ask anyone that used to attend VPW. Let me ask Wide or Sean Apop. They're probably in the car. They're probably in the live stream right now. They can probably vouch for you. They can probably vouch for me and say VPW had some of the most entertaining segments ever. Like ever. And that's what I think made them a good Fed. Like their uniqueness, you know. I'm sorry, I'm going off on a tangent, my fault.